Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and here's a headline that I think you're going to enjoy. This comes from Fortune.com. SEC is, quote, dead wrong. Former chair Mary Jo White defends Ripple in pivotal crypto case. And so, indeed, you're talking about a former SEC chair here, Mary Jo White, saying that the SEC is dead wrong in their claims against Ripple. So this will be a fun one to run through. I do want to be clear, I don't have any sort of legal background. I don't have any financial background. I am not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say are right. I'm just a dude on the internet named Moon Lambo for some reason. And you don't even know if I'm wearing pants. You do not know my current pants situation. So even if I were offering advice, which I'm not, it would not be wise to take such advice. I'm a dude on the internet named Moon Lambo who may or may not be wearing pants. Just keep that in the back of your mind. I'm just saying, guys. If you would please ever so delicately tap the like button, I'd appreciate the support, and consider subscribing to the Moon Lambo channel, because if you don't subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, you are dead to me. All right, into the content now. When the Securities and Exchange Commission filed a lawsuit in the waning days of the Trump administration against cryptocurrency company Ripple in December, the broader crypto industry reacted with surprise and alarm. It also led Ripple to deploy some high-profile advocates to defend it in public, including former SEC Chair Mary Jo White. And by the way, she's not the only individual previously with the SEC. There's another attorney named Andrew Serezny. He's a former director at the SEC, and he also agrees that this is completely nonsensical here. Now, in an interview with Fortune, White claimed the agency she once led made a blunder in suing Ripple for the alleged sale of unlicensed securities. See, isn't it funny to think, like, it's just like a small number of people having this type of power to wreck the financial lives of so many people, costing... Think about this. When the SEC took this action against Ripple, it resulted in literally multiple billions of dollars just being straight up obliterated, completely evaporated. And thankfully, XRP price has rebounded above that level since then. So that's great, but it's still at an artificially suppressed price, I would argue. But my gosh, so many people absolutely got burned. And it's just funny to think that, you know, had you had a few different people in place that felt differently, this wouldn't have happened. It's just insane. It's like the amount of power just a small few people have. When you look at it in terms of that, it's just staggering, because Jay Clayton, SEC chair, and then here you've got Mary Jo White, former SEC chair, two completely different perspectives on this. And you gotta think, if she were at the top, when this was being considered, it would have gone differently, right? But the sale in question, it relates to the digital currency XRP, which was created by Ripple in 2013, and which trades broadly in markets around the world. Now, this is Fortune. They got that fact wrong. XRP was created before Ripple. The company existed, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I guess the answer is bitch about it. I'm gonna bitch about it. This really grinds my gears. Get your almost cursed. Get your... There could be chewing in the background. I don't want to do that. Get your act together, Fortune. But here's a quote. And I love this quote. This is my favorite quote in this piece. "There's no way to sugarcoat it. They're dead wrong legally and factually," White said. White's opinion should be taken with a grain of salt given her current role as Ripple's attorney. Nonetheless, White's observations are worth noting given her stature. As one of the country's top securities lawyers and a former U.S. attorney for the powerful Southern District of New York, White has first-hand insight into the politics and processes that inform decision-making at agencies like the SEC, which she led for nearly 4 years during Barack Obama's second presidential term. Yeah, and so her firm, they've got quite the reputation as, I'm sure they cost like $11 billion per hour, but they kind of have the reputation of, if you have trouble with the SEC, this is the go-to firm in the United States. Now, according to White, the fact that the SEC filed a complaint against Ripple in late December is telling. This was a time when most of the top people at the agency, including former chair Jay Clayton, or as I call him, Asshat, were on the cusp of departing, and after the SEC had spent years investigating Ripple. Yeah, how about that timing? It's not just us, everyday little peons out here that think this doesn't smell right. It's also Mary Jo White, former SEC chair. Here's a quote. As a former U.S. attorney and SEC chair, you know that when it takes that long to figure out a case, you probably shouldn't be bringing it. It's not something I would do walking out the door, she said. Now, while the timing of the lawsuit has raised eyebrows, the complaint itself contains damning allegations. Specifically, the SEC claims senior executives, including co-founder Chris Larson and current CEO Brad Garlinghouse, have made millions for themselves selling XRP, even as Ripple failed to find a practical use for the digital currency. I'm going to pause right there. Now, as far as the sale of XRP by Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, that has nothing to do with the core issue, which is whether or not XRP is an investment contract. That was just put in there to spur emotion and change the narrative to something that paints Ripple and Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson in a bad light. There's nothing legally or morally wrong with these sales whatsoever. And then as far as the practical use case of a digital currency, look, there are over 7,000 cryptocurrencies on the planet, and XRP is just about the only one that's used in enterprise-grade software today, solving a real-world problem at scale. It's not some sort of science experiment. And the only reason that you don't have more corridors built out to this point is because you need to have sufficient liquidity, and the crypto asset class is the most illiquid asset class on the entire planet, even at its all-time high, which it basically is hovering around right now, right? So, you got to consider these things, and I just assume that, Fortune, they don't know what the hell they're talking about on that front. I think they're trying to be balanced. I don't think that they're trying to spread the inaccuracies here, but I don't think that they have a firm understanding of what's going on here, and that's why I just want to kind of clear that up before proceeding any further here. Now, in the agency's view, Ripple's main goal has been to induce people to buy XRP as a speculative investment. To make its case, the SEC points to a 1946 Supreme Court ruling that sets out the definition of an investment contract, a definition that, over the years, has encompassed a wide variety of ventures such as orange groves, animal breeding programs, railroads, mobile phones, and enterprises that exist only on the internet. Despite the novelty of digital currency, Ripple's sale of XRP is just another example of a company flogging a speculative investment according to the SEC. And under long-standing securities laws, such a company is obliged to provide disclosures with the agency to help investors understand what they're buying. Well, I'll tell you what, I don't need your help, SEC. I'm aware of what I purchased, and it sure as hell is not a security. Freaking asshats. So this is why this case is such a big deal, though, not just for Ripple and XRP holders, but what cryptocurrency project is not being funded through sales of the underlying digital asset? So, like, if this doesn't go well for Ripple, say goodbye to crypto in the United States. Maybe Bitcoin will live, because good luck finding Satoshi Nakamoto, but it could get really, really messy. So, and again, I've said this many times, I don't think that's going to happen, but that's what's at stake here, right? Now, White claims that this narrative is misleading and that the SEC struggle to develop a regulatory framework for crypto has led to it to try to fit a round peg in a square hole. She also argues that the agency's lawsuit is arbitrary, especially given that the SEC recently declared that Ethereum, another popular cryptocurrency developed after XRP, is not a security. And by the way, and I had this in a very recent video, Vitalik Buterin, a creator of Ethereum, at the peak of the last market cycle, when I think Ethereum was at the time worth about $1,500, somewhere around there, the Ethereum Foundation sold I think it was 70,000 ETH. They sold 70,000 at 1,500 each, which doubled their runway. So it's just like, holy freaking hell! And so that's not a security, but somehow Ripple selling a fraction of a percent in terms of volume, typically, at least last quarter, I think that's about what it was. Like that's a problem. It doesn't make a damn bit of sense here. Although I do like her stating that, like this phrase right here, Develop a regulatory framework for crypto has led to the SEC trying to fit a round peg in a square hole, which is something that I say with a certain amount of regularity on this channel. But if you think about it, if you had a small enough round peg, it would still fit through the square hole, wouldn't it? I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe I'm getting a little off track, but I just wanted to mention it. Anyway, according to White, $15 billion in market cap was lost owing to the lawsuit, and she claimed this has primarily come at the expense of ordinary investors. The SEC is charged with protecting. Ding, 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 hitting the nail on the head. While the outcome of the lawsuit is uncertain for now, White suggested a resolution could come as early as October in the form of a summary judgment from a federal court. She also hinted that the two sides could reach a settlement before then, one that could lift the legal cloud over Ripple, while also providing broader guidance to the cryptocurrency industry. Yeah, and it's nice to see that that's still not ruled out even from Mary Jo White. It's like, well, at this moment, it's pretty clear you're not going to see settlement. But I think, once Gary Gensler gets in, which is probably an inevitability, which is fine, probably, you've got a new opportunity to engage with new individuals and see if you can reach settlement. So that's still not ruled out to this point. But White notes that Jay Clayton's successor, incoming SEC Chair Gary Gensler, is an authority on cryptocurrency and is likely to take a personal interest in the case. You have scarce resources as chair, and you have to pick your spots. The crypto landscape is a critical one, and there's a crying need for clarity, she said. So by and large, I thought it was a good piece. A couple things I had to clear up along the way, but I don't think that they were trying to be disingenuous here. It didn't get that type of tone. I think they were just trying to lay out the facts and report on what Mary Jo White had to say. So I think it was fine all in all. But there we go. We'll see what happens, man. The roller coaster ride continues. What a killer time we're having here. All right, I'll wrap up, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.